boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm For Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have in it is Crusader Kings 3, a game developed by the Paradox Development Studio, which are the same that developed games like Europa Universalis. So this game it is using their in-house technology, and well, this is a game that have been very well received. I was expecting this game to be less demanding, but still it is pretty playable on the Intel HD 620, although there are some tweaks in here. So I'm using a custom settings, and the minimum resolution that you can go it is 768p. So I'm using those settings with advanced shader effects, which makes a huge difference in graphics quality, because as you can see, this is with that option disabled, and the frame rate goes above 60 frames per second easily with an Intel HD 620. But if you enable the advanced shader effects, the game it is way much more beautiful, and you can actually see the sun striking into the sea, so it makes entirely difference. So looking to the requirements in here, you can clearly see that there are references in here for Intel GPUs, although the Intel GPUs required as minimum are Intel Iris Pro, which are the high-end inside of the integrated graphic cards from Intel, which is usually used on Mac notebooks. Talking about Macs, this game it is also available for Mac and Linux, so if you don't have Windows or you just want to play this game and want to uninstall Windows for some reason, you can do it and play this game on another system. So I decided to try to test the game with the minimum resolution, which is the 768p, and with those settings, and as you saw, the frame rate it is above 60 frames per second. When enabled advanced shaders, I got an average of 38 frames per second with a 1% of 29, which means that for the most part the game will be above 30 frames per second, and at median settings what you get it is an average below 30 frames per second and a 1% low of 20. So this game doesn't really require you to have a good frame rate at all, because the only thing you will be doing more demanding within the game, it will be just scrolling the map from one point to another, because this is a strategy game where the only thing that you will be doing is trying to conquer other lands, whatever if it is through a battle, whatever if it is through a marriage with other queens or somebody. But that it is all decisions, because you might be thinking, oh, but what about the battles? The battles are just something like you want to attack another country, so you just see a small character on the lands or on the sea going from one place to another, and you can see the enemies, which is just another character. Alright, it is far from demanding. This is the performance that you can expect throughout the entire game, so it is absolutely playable. And even if you didn't got 30 frames per second, it is still playable, but I still do prefer to have an experience above 30 frames per second, because at least the scrolling it is more smoother than seeing everything stuttering and jittering all over the place at 20 frames per second. Alright, so that's the performance that I wanted to show you about Intel HD 620. I don't understand too much about this game, it's not really my cup of tea, but I do recognize this game has an insane amount of detail. Because the objective in here, it is you have your royal family, and you need to progress through time. You know, time goes by in the game, and you are getting older and older until you die. And if you die without having an heritage, you lose the game. So you need to get a son or something like that to pass the heritage to him. And you can do that by marry other girl or queen or whatever. So you have insane amount of options and stuff to do, conspiracies, trying to conquer land. So if you lose your land, you lose the game, basically, and essentially it is that. If you die and you don't have anyone to leave your heritage of your royal family, you lose. Alright, so that's the way that the game goes. It's as simple as this, but it's completely mind-blowing complex. I have gone through the tutorial of the game, and honestly, I just understood like 1/10 of what this game has to offer. So for players that did play Crusader Kings 1 and 2, possibly they are very familiar with this game, but for me that this is the first time that I played the Crusader Kings, well, this is an overwhelming amount of information, and despite the game it is not my cup of tea, like I did told you, it is insane. It anything can happen on this game. And if you like this type of strategy games, you can go and get this game from Steam for $49.99, or you can get from Greenman Gaming from $42.99 by the time of this video. The link, it is on the description, so feel free to buy where you really want to buy. Alright, so guys, that's all that I want to talk about Crusader Kings 3. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of my videos, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.